Yo, what is up guys? And we are back for another video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle, and I figured we are in the midst of the 6th year anniversary and there is a bit of a lull in terms of content. Fear not, I do believe that new content will be dropping within the next probably 4 days. I want to say maybe the 17th, 16th, 17th, 18th. We'll be getting some new content here on Global, so that'll be nice. But again, in the meanwhile, let's just go ahead and do a level 10 link showcase on a unit from the Universal Survival Saga, right? So this is Jiren. Now, this is the OG Jiren, other than, you know, the free-to-play tech Jiren, right? And he is obviously full level 10 links. So what I like to do in these level 10 links videos is go over the card. It's probably been a minute since any of us have gone over the card, and for these older units, I do like to do a bit of speculation on maybe where their easy A's could head, right? So I think that this guy, I mean, it's so hard to say because they did the UI Goku easy A, which we will be getting in part 2 of the 6th year anniversary, right? So it's so hard to say where they're going to go with the easy A, but let's go ahead and go over the card where he is right now first. So we know that he is a Universal Survival Saga leader, Key 3 and 150% to stats, and then STR type Key 3, 50% to stats. So he has one of these old school category leader skills where they're only giving 50% to a certain type, to all STR types, right? 50% is incredibly low. So he's with the likes of like Tech Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, Fizz Omega Shenron, you know, even like Evolution Blue Vegeta, like, you know, it's not really the best leader skill, but if you had no one else, you could at least run the Universal Survival Saga. And probably what they would do is go ahead and raise it up to 160% like they did with UI Goku, right? So his Overheat Magnetron causes immense damage to the enemy and greatly lowers attack. I think, unfortunately, probably what we would see is just maybe a massive lowering of defense. And then if they wanted to go crazy, they could like give him a medium chance to stun, or maybe like a 30% raise, just like a raise of his defense for one turn. I don't think they would go any higher than that. You know, making these big time category leaders with these high stats, making them stack and stuff like that, like they could really get absurdly powerful in a hurry. Jiren is worthy of that, right? He's basically the most powerful mortal, you know, in all of the multiverse, right? I mean, other than 30 seconds of UI Goku, if you really think about it. So anyway, let's continue on. So again, we went over his super attack, we went over his leader skill. Real quick, these are his stats. He's got a pretty high offensive stat. That attack stat is pretty good, 16,180. And I'm not going to bother doing equips on him quite yet, just because I really want to know what they're going to do with his easy A. I don't use him a ton. Obviously, I link leveled him, but like I don't use him like often. Not usually. So unless I'm like running LR Tech Jiren or something. So anyway, his passive is pretty straightforward. Attack and defense 130%. At the time, that was monstrous, right? And a medium chance to stun all enemies at the start of turn. That is really good still to this day. And he performs a guaranteed crit on stunned enemies. So now in a lot of Dokkan events, in a lot of events throughout the game, that is completely and utterly irrelevant. However, in some of the most challenging content in the game, i.e. Super Battle Road, Extreme Super Battle Road, that is incredibly relevant. You know, I've talked about this before in a lot of other videos. Like, he was an integral part of the OG Realm of Gods no item run. Really, really cool that he actually is indeed on Realm of Gods, which is actually where we're looking at him right now. So, quickly, let's go ahead and go over his links. Cold Judgment, this monster of a defense link, 25%. In Fighter, attack plus 15%. Defense minus 15%. Godly Power, attack plus 15%. And a chance of performing a crit plus 5%. Very, very powerful link. Fierce Battle, attack 20%. Huge. Shocking Speed, Key 2, defense 5%. Very good. Hero of Justice, I mean, a ridiculous link, dude. Attack 25%. And a chance performing a critical hit plus 5%. So you can pretty much see this is going to be a really, really solid spot for STR Jiren. And like, you look at a unit like, you know, the Int Topo with Pride Troopers, right? Even like the free-to-play Fizz Casserole, who inevitably will be getting an easy A. And then, of course, Tournament of Power. Key 3, attack and defense 7%. So he's got some pretty damn good key links here in shocking speed and TOP, so that, I mean, that's really good, right? And he's got some solid attack links, and he's got a huge defensive link in Cold Judgment. Very, very solid link. Honestly, if I were to remember, this is not my OG account. If I were to redo his hidden potential system, I might end up doing this. I'd probably go full additional, or like maybe balance it a bit more. Maybe give him one more, like maybe give him +9 additional or something like that. But I'd probably try to prioritize additional a little bit more because of that guaranteed stun. You'd want him to get double super attacks, right? So he's on USS. He's on Universe 11, obviously. Very small category, but good category. Defenders of Justice, Realm of Gods. Again, we were looking at him there. And then Space Traveling Warriors led by STR Bojack. Now, unfortunately, will not be able to look at him on this team. But linked up with LR Tech Jiren, that could be a formidable rotation in the future. So we are actually right in the middle of an event. And you can see, man, he's sitting there, I mean, pretty close to 200,000, 187,741. Right up there with the likes of EZA God Topo. And this guy does not have his EZA yet, right? So just something to keep in mind. I do need to be careful, like, if God Topo double supers, he actually might take down this Vegeta. But this will obviously give him a juicy little attack buff. And then obviously we are getting 70% defense and 2 ki from those guys there, right? Gowasu and Zamasu. It kind of been a minute since I've used them. Kind of fun to dust them off. They were actually a big part of my OG no-item run as well for Realm of Gods, right? So with that high chance to dodge, and of course they, like, what do? They seal, like, they do some stuff. Do not do it. Okay, this is fine. It hesitated for a minute. I'm like, do not double super, you asshole. Don't do it. Because we would have killed him. Because he raises his own attack as well. 2.49, not bad. I mean, we do have a little bit of offensive support on rotation. And we have a metric shit ton of defensive support, right? So we have, what do we have? 40% from God Topo. And then we have 70% from Gowasu and Zamasu. So let's go ahead and try and get him linked up with Tech Jiren before. We will see him with Tech Jiren at some point. I don't know, man. Dokkan events, let's try and get him linked up with AGL UI Goku, I guess. Because they're going to make a pretty formidable combo, I would say. What I wanted to do is I wanted to run him on this Realm of Gods team just to kind of show that he's going to interact, having that shocking speed link, man. You know, he's going to interact very well on this team, having that shocking speed link, specifically this Beerus-led team. Now, if you want to run a lot of Saiyans, the meta is usually you want to run int UI Goku post EZA, right? He's 160% all across the board type of leader. So that's usually what you want to do with those Saiyan characters. You know, if you're trying to run the blue fusions and units like that with over and a flash prepared for battle and stuff like that. But in this Beerus-led team, man, you want to have a lot of units with shocking speed. It's just like, it is the main key link. And obviously with several of these characters, we have that Tournament of Power link. So a unit like AGL UI Goku, Tech Jiren, even like God Topo and stuff, like they're going to fit. There's that rainbow orb changing. You love to see that. They're going to fit in, you know, quite well just having that TOP link. So let's check his defense now. Down to 149k without Gowasu and Zamasu. Still respectable, I would say. The only problem is he's doing nothing else, right? He's doing nothing else except for lowering defense, which I do maintain is it's useful, right? It's not the end-all be-all. I mean, it's probably, in terms of lowering attack versus lowering defense, yeah, you'd rather a unit lower attack, but it's not completely just gutter trash, right? Like, it's not completely worthless, especially if you are running units that are not rainbowed and can't just crit and additional and all of this shit like crazy. Like, you know, you do notice a little bit of damage. You really do, at least from my own experience. Okay, so I think this is evolution. I think we're probably going to take down Vegeta, unfortunately. This team is just too, it's just too crazy. Okay, we might be able to make something happen here. If Jiren doesn't get a crit, because we can't lower his defense, correct? Yeah, so he's not going to be super effective against all types. Gowasu and Zamasu should ideally not super attack. We should be able to get one more rotation with Jiren. It's just like it's a Dokkan event, right? So in a Dokkan event, there are going to be very few units in the game that struggle in a Dokkan event. Very, very... The list is getting shorter and shorter with all of these Dokkan Awakenings. And then, of course, the EZAs, LR EZAs. Like, Dokkan events are just... They're trash, right? I mean, they're very easy. They're meant to be grinded a lot. Oh, thank you, Beerus. He would have been super effective against all types because we're up against Realm of Gods, but he is anyway. So please don't doubt. He's going to do it. Okay, no, he's not. Okay. That little hesitation is just because these super attacks are just so ridiculous these days, right? Oh, thank you, Vegeta. May I have another? Not too bad. Not too bad. Again, Dokkan event's just easy. Okay, we can go ahead and get this active skill. I want to get it just for the video, right? Just for video's sake. Look at, dude, Goku's sitting there at 150k defense. That's pretty good. So, I want to get this because I want to get the win screen, but this is Jiren's thing, right? So, okay. He's sharing 4 links with AGL UI Goku. That is pretty effing good. So let's just go ahead and get this. We'll run UI Goku maybe on the Universal Survival Saga team. Maybe we can get that epic win screen in this video. That would be nice. And again, like, he's going to link up very well with a lot of these gods. So, and then keep in mind, all of these gods of destruction will eventually be playable characters, whether they're summonable, free to play, or otherwise. They will be available, and Lord knows they will probably all have shocking speed. He'll interact very well with a lot of units moving forward. Eventually, we'll get a Hakai Beerus. We'll probably lead Realm of Gods or, you know, some other category of the like. It looks like God Topo's going to finish this off for us. Look at all those dodgers, baby. You love AGL LRUI Goku. At least I do. He's easily my favorite unit in the game. He is. You really do just feel how he's built different, right? You really, really do. You just feel it just by using him. Yeah, it looks like God Topo is going to polish off this Dokkan event for us. No sweat. We're going to go ahead and hop into some other events. So specifically, we'll go ahead and hop into a long event real quick. And specifically, I want to hop into Super Battle Road just to show off that ability of his. Any link levels? Nah. Most of these units are full link level 10. So, but we're going to go ahead and hop into another event, and I will be right back. And right on cue, we are able to get this little this little stunning ability of Jiren that I was talking about earlier in the video. So he has a medium chance. Remember, that is a universal 30% chance across the board of stunning the whole entire enemy field. And then remember, he is doing guaranteed crits. So very, very good. If we put him in the middle here, he's not getting... What are you not... He doesn't have Hero of Justice. Oh, he's got Tough as Nails. Okay, interesting. So we're going to go ahead and just let this rock as a rotation. Remember that this guy gets guaranteed crits as well. So this can definitely be a very, very solid rotation. And LR Jiren is providing 170% to U11. So that is really, really powerful. In terms of legendary summon, like leader skills, I think he's probably got the best. So he is sitting there at 150,000 defense without Cold Judgment active, correct? He does not have, yeah, without Cold Judgment. Honestly, man, I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. I really, really am. I think let's just go ahead and take down our boy Bergadmo. Let's go ahead and take him down. We'll go ahead and do this. And remember, all guaranteed crits. So this is really, really good. Topo doesn't have a guaranteed chance to crit. Another cool thing is that one link. It is the... What the hell link is that? It's not Supreme Warrior. One of his links is actually just passively lowering defense. When he links up with Jiren, so Jiren then becomes super effective against all types, but obviously right now, he is, you know, getting guaranteed crits. That was a 2.62 million attack stat. That would have been a very good situation for him to have full additional, right? So just to kind of illustrate the point, him having full additionals or, you know, at least prioritized additionals, that would be a really, really solid time to give him additionals, right? So the guaranteed crits. So what link is that? It's not, is it Infighter? What the hell link? I just listed them off. Yeah, defense minus 15%. So when that's active with Jiren, that is pretty good. So we'll go ahead and float. Ooh, that's dangerous, right? Let's go ahead. I guess we'll just leave it like this. I do want to get him on rotation with the Topo and Pride Trooper unit. That unit is incredibly powerful for Super Battle Road and is very, very good for Jiren. So very, very good, providing some very nice support. So we'll go ahead and do this, and I guess it doesn't really matter, so we'll go ahead and do this. Yeah, that Topo and Pride Trooper unit, man, they don't even really take damage in, like, the God event. They don't really take damage in, like, the GT Legendary Goku event. Not much, anyway. Especially when you've got them at more than 55%, which is where I'm rocking them. Alright, this will probably hurt a bit. Yeah, I mean, this is only... This is the Universal Survival Saga stage. So these are stages 21 through 30, so not the craziest amount of power. This is good. I mean, I think we just raised his defense twice, so that's good. He's got a little bit of defense now. He's got guard. There, that's fine. Building up his chance to dodge. Dispo can be useful if you get a little bit lucky. He starts with a 20% chance to dodge, which is good, and he only builds it up, and he only gets defense on super attacking. I wish they would have just given him a little tiny bit of defense. Here's that support memory. You love to see the Glizzy Gobbler Luis, right? I love that name for him, man. It's so good. Oh my god, it's delicious. I love that one. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this for Jiren. We did not get that stun ability to activate again, but man, I'm telling you, sometimes you can just get it to go off and off and off, and it's kind of wild to see. Dude, 175,000. He's almost up there with LR Jiren. That's pretty wild. And he does have all of his links active. So let's try to not go too crazy, because I'd like to have all 7 links active here. Jiren's going to 18 key super. He might take down. I think this is Basil. I think he's going to take down Basil, but maybe he won't. We'll see. We'll do this. We'll float off Casserole for now. Casserole realistically just providing support to Jiren. And then, of course, giving that nice Hero of Justice link, because you do not have Hero of Justice. Yeah, he does not, the LR. So we'll go ahead and do this. Let's see what's up. Maybe we'll get lucky. Maybe he won't crit or something like that. Yeah, I think he's probably dead. Yeah, he's probably dead. 4.52, that's very strong. Remember, support on rotation. We've got a ton of his links active. Yeah, I mean, what are you going to do? Okay, we'll try and get that identical rotation. Actually, what we will have... we will have basically an identical rotation. We'll have all 7 links active with the Topo and Pride Trooper unit on rotation. So that'll be good. That'll be good. All right, so God Topo does have his damage reduction active here. Well, we're not going to go through this whole entire stage, but I just want to illustrate. We did get to see that stunning ability from Jiren. And since we're kind of in here, we might as well get that rotation I was talking about. And then maybe toward the end of the video, not the end of the video, but maybe toward the end of the run, I'll try and get him on rotation with God Topo and then the Topo and Pride Trooper unit. That will probably be a pretty good rotation and let Topo super attack and all of those things. I guess we're going au naturel. Again, we do have damage reduction with Topo. If we die, we die. I mean, I didn't pop an item, right? 57k. We should be okay. We should be all right. Yeah, 1.99 from Topo. Topo very, very good too. Topo, if he had his damage reduction active, even like, if it was just like a little tiny bit higher of an HP threshold, that'd be very, very good. But it's unfortunately, wow. Okay, Jiren, thank you. Unfortunately, 70%, like, we have it active now, but it's not always the easiest to get. It's really, really not. Don't get supered by the int unit, please. Thank you. He's still tanked for double digits. That's quite impressive. Speaking of impressive, Dispo is really not all that impressive, just speaking of. So, just for now, we are going to float off Jiren. This is not a bad thing, right? This guy, he's going to, because we have so many U11 characters on our team, he's going to be guarding, which is really, really sick. He's going to, like, be lowering attack. He's got a very good defensive stat, man. Like, he's good. Like, he's really solid. No one really talks about him. He's pretty uber specialized, like, on the U11 team. But he's just really good. And again, 143k. We do have all but Cold Judgment. Ah, okay. Well, that's okay. That's fine. I mean, in terms of all of his pertinent attack links are active right now. So we'll go ahead and get him on rotation with God Topo. We'll see this last little rotation here. And should I be safe and pop an item? I don't really know. We'll go ahead and just pop one. I mean, we haven't necessarily seen him tank in SBR. Maybe we should do that too. We'll go ahead and do that. So let's go ahead and pop this Whis for now. And then I'll probably end up having to skip ahead until the last stage, because we're probably going to absolutely decimate this. I mean, again, stages 21 through 30, not real hard. And Universal Survival Saga is a pretty busted-ass team, especially after this anniversary is all said and done. For sure. Yeah, I mean, not going to put up the craziest attack number. Let's see what Jiren does here. Well, okay, let's take the super attack, I guess. Then let's see what Jiren does. Almost 3 million. And remember, in the right situation, that could potentially be a guaranteed crit. That can definitely be very, very powerful. And then 4.84 from you. And he's super effective against all types. He's pretty crazy. LR Jiren he's ridiculous. He really, really is. Still to this day, one of the more powerful LRs in the game. No doubt. There's the Glizzy Gobbler again. Okay, we'll take it. Let's go ahead and check him out. Oh, I guess I skipped it. Oh, well. So we'll go ahead and float off Topo here. Does Topo have Cold Judgment? He does not. Okay, he does not have Cold Judgment. I don't know all of these links completely by heart, so forgive me. Forgive me. Let's go ahead. I'm going to skip ahead. Well, this is going to be a really sick turn for Jiren. We'll go ahead and just let it rock. We do have a Whis active, and then we'll go ahead. I'll skip after this, and we'll get God Topo and then the Topo and Pride Troopers unit on rotation with him, and we'll kind of see what he can do. So what is this? Ooh, this could hurt, but we do have a Whis active, so actually it won't. Yeah, I mean, that's literally nothing. Oh, not as much as I thought, because he doesn't have Fierce Battle active or some of those other powerful links, so 4 million, super effective against all types, still. Pretty good. Casserole not really cut out for Super Battle Road, but I would imagine he'll be getting his EZA sooner than later. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, he's fine, right? He's not really that useful for SBR. He's good for the long event, being able to stack defense. But he's certainly serviceable, no doubt, no doubt. Again, providing support to U11, pretty good. So let's go ahead and get this. I'm going to go ahead and skip ahead, and we'll check out Jiren. Well, should we just keep going? Let's see how he tanks. Let's go ahead and see. So we do have Topo and Pride Troopers on rotation with him, providing, I believe it's 30% attack and defense. Is that right? Let's go ahead and just double check here. So, yes, 3 key. And then 30% attack and defense. Obviously, Jiren not going to be struggling. Let's see how he tanks. We do have Cold... No, we don't have Cold Judgment. I'm an idiot. I can't remember links. So he's rocking about 130k-ish, 140k without Cold Judgment. So with Cold Judgment, you know, we saw him up in the 180, 190,000 range. Oh, we got the stun. What the hell am I worried about? We can't even see him tank. Again, just one of the OP abilities of the game. It really, really is. It's completely overpowered. If you can just, like, keep getting lucky and lucky and lucky, you can literally no-item any stage that Jiren can be run on if you get that. If you get that to activate, you know, more than one time a fight. I mean, it's literally, it's just like a free damage turn. You can take out their most powerful enemy. I mean, it is kind of wild that's an ability in the game. So let's go ahead. Oh my God, we just keep getting thing after thing. Let's get the active skill. I mean, I guess we're going to just basically play this whole SBR stage. I'll go ahead and take him into a long event, maybe on a different team, and we'll see if we can maybe... I think his most powerful team is probably Space Traveling Warriors or this team. So let's go ahead and just get this monster rotation from LR Tech Jiren. Let's just go ahead and do it. He should be sitting at about, I don't know, 5.5 million attack stat. Remember, not a lot of his pertinent links active. And he's stunned. Yeah, 4.83. There we go. So we'll go ahead and hop into the next fight with STR Jiren, and then we'll take him in on one more team. Okay, so this is the rotation that I wanted. So Topo will have his damage reduction active here. I feel like probably, at the very least, if we get supered by AGL Blue Vegeta right out front, we'll die. But I think in any other circumstance, we probably would not die. But I kind of want to maximize his, you know, this is going to be a very, very good turn. We're not going to be having Infighter, which is an attack link. And we are not going to be having Cold Judgment active. But this is going to be, we should break 3 million, I think, ideally here. Because we're getting 40% attack and defense from Topo. And then, again, 30% from Topo and Pride Trooper. So I guess I'm going to go ahead and just risk it. Like, I guess let's see what's up. We'll get all the healing that we can. Will we take 200k on a super attack? Probably no. Even with that damage reduction active, I just, like, with my luck, it's just like I just have a feeling, right? Like, you just kind of get that. Hopefully it doesn't happen. Hopefully it doesn't. But we'll be able to see Jiren tank, hopefully. That would be good. I think he's rocking about 165k defense currently. Yeah, we're good. We're fine. This won't kill us for sure. So we're rocking about 165k defense, which should be good enough. I mean, oh God, yeah, nothing. 2.12 milli. So we'll see how, you know, Jiren can do here. 2 support units on rotation. Most of his links active. 5 of 7 active. So let's see what he does. Yeah, 3.26. That's probably going to be, in this video, that's probably going to be close to the limit of what we can get him. Again, Space Traveling Warriors, you can get like B-Pan on there and stuff, like, and you could maybe push him a little closer to 4 million, but for the purposes of this video, I don't know, man. It's like you can run B-Pan on the Space Traveling Warriors team, but I don't know that she's necessarily like the ideal unit to run on there. She's not going to link up incredibly well, but the meta pretty much on that team is you run STR Bojack, Int Bojack, Jiren, God Topo, and then 2 Turleses, right? Or you can maybe float around Turles. Like, you can obviously adjust that a little bit, but I think we've seen what we need to see of Jiren on this pretty much full U11 team, right? So let's go ahead and hop into a long event, and we'll wrap up the video. So I feel like we can probably make this the last turn of the video. With my luck, actually, I've actually hopped in a couple times with Jiren in, you guessed it, the 7th slot, so we've actually died a couple of times. So this will be my last run through. We'll probably just make this like the last turn or close to the last turn of the video. Just to kind of illustrate here, like, with another Pride Trooper, Jiren's looking okay. Like, he's looking pretty good. Like, he's by no means on the, like, you know, STR Videl tier or something like that. Like, he's by no means in that, like, discussion. Like, he's nowhere near. I would actually say he's probably more like toward, I don't want to say he's toward the bottom, because he's still actually useful. Like, he really is. Like, he's not on the level of, like, Fizz Omega. I guess, in a sense, Fizz Omega is useful if you don't have Int Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, right? Because you can run the Shadow Dragons team. So this should be a good little attack stat from Jiren. I think we just got a double super from Topo. So 2.62. Let's see how he can tank. Type advantage in the God event. We do have a little bit of support on rotation. No Cold Judgment active. So let's see what's up. I mean, honestly, that's pretty serviceable. Let's see what he takes on a super attack. And that's a lot. And that's, I mean, hey. It's not horrible. Like, it's not the worst, right? Like, again, he does have support on rotation for him, but that's not the worst I've ever seen, for sure. I mean, we do have to, again, type advantage in the God event. He's tanking just fine. Now, if he gets his defense lowered or something wild, I mean, obviously that can be problematic. Let's go ahead and just pop a Ghosty. We'll let him do one more turn. We'll rock one more turn with him. We'll get him linked up with UI Goku, and we'll have some fun. So Jiren, unfortunately, not going to super, but it doesn't really matter. We're just kind of burning through these anyway. So, guys, in the comments below, let me know what you think of STR Jiren. I quite like him. He's not hitting for the craziest, right? And he's a bit limited by his passive at this point. You know, he's got some decent stats already. Like, he's got a pretty high defensive stat. He definitely has a pretty high offensive status, considering how old he is. Like, matter of fact, what is his, we can skip this, we've seen it a couple times. Matter of fact, what is his defensive stat? Yeah, 11-2. That's quite good. And then after an easy A, that's obviously going to be even better. So again, he does have 4 links active with AGL UI Goku. AGL UI Goku is going to make any unit look good in this event, right? 149,000 again, good. Solid. It's solid. It's not crazy. I think that, you know, the upper limits of what he can do, again, he's not doing anything completely just wild, out of this world, like, I don't know, man, but he's solid. He's still pretty good, I would say. So, again, let me know what you think of him. Let's see what Jiren can do here on this last turn. Thank you, Goku. Appreciate you, my boy. I mean, he's so good, right? I'm always happy to see this. I've been grinding his links like crazy, and this super attack literally never gets old. So, he's tanking just fine, too, with a little bit of support on rotation. Type neutral, not bad, at 55%. So, guys, let me know what you think of Jiren. Slap a like on this video if you enjoyed it. And of course, consider subscribing if you are new. Let me know what you think they should do with his EZA. Maybe, you know, 180% attack and defense, that type of thing. Just make him kind of a beat stick. Would you like to see some more tactical use out of him? I don't know, man. I think I could see them going any which way. There's no telling what they're doing these days with EZAs, especially when they have very, very basic kits. But I guess I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the video right here, and I will catch all of you in the next one. Later.